Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Simple English Talks. I'm so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a regular listener, we are so glad you pressed play.
Hey there! Great to have you back. I was just thinking this morning as I was making my coffee, we talk about our week all the time, every single day, and yet so many English learners find it a little tricky to describe their routines naturally. So today's topic is perfect.
Yes. And honestly, talking about your weekly routine is one of those things that comes up in almost every conversation. Someone asks, "So, what do you usually do during the week?" And you want to be able to answer confidently and naturally.
Exactly. Today we're going to teach you how to talk about your weekly routine in English, the real way people do it, not just the textbook way.
By the end of this episode, you'll be able to describe what you do on different days of the week, use the right time expressions, and sound totally natural doing it. No more freezing up when someone asks about your week.
And here's a fun question for you right now. What's your favorite day of the week and why? Drop your answer in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Is it Friday because the weekend is coming? Or maybe Sunday because you can relax? Tell us.
We love reading your comments, so please share. And while you're down there, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Simple English Talks so you never miss an episode. We post new lessons regularly, and we don't want you to miss a single one.
All right, let's jump right in. We're going to start with the basics, how to talk about what you do every week using simple, clear English. Let's go.
Okay, so the foundation of talking about your weekly routine is the simple present tense. This is the tense we use for habits, things we do regularly, things that are true most of the time. And the basic structure is really simple. Subject plus verb plus the rest of the sentence.
Right. So, for example, I go to the gym on Mondays, or she works from home on Fridays, or we have dinner together every Sunday. See how simple that is? Subject, verb, and then when you do it.
And what I love about this is that you can use it for literally anything in your week. Like for me, I always make a big pot of tea on Sunday mornings and just sit quietly for a while. So I'd say, I make tea every Sunday morning. It's that easy.
Ah, that sounds lovely. For me, I usually go for a run on Tuesday and Thursday evenings, so I say, I run on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can also say every Tuesday and Thursday. Both are natural.
Great point. And we use really useful time expressions with this tense. Words like every day, every week, on Mondays, on weekends, in the morning, in the evening, at night, usually, always, often, sometimes, never. These little words are super important.
Yes. Can you repeat some of those after me? Every day, every Monday, in the morning, at night, usually, always, sometimes. Good. Those are your best friends when talking about routines.
Now let's look at the negative form because sometimes you want to say what you don't do. For that, we use don't or doesn't. So instead of I go to the gym, I might say, I don't go to the gym on weekends. Or she doesn't work on Sundays.
And don't forget questions. We use do you and does she, he. So you might hear someone ask, do you work on Saturdays? And you answer, no, I don't, or yes, I do, unfortunately. Can you try making a negative sentence about your own week right now? Pause the video and say it out loud.
We also use frequency adverbs to say how often we do something. Always means 100% of the time. Usually means most of the time. Often means frequently. Sometimes means occasionally. Rarely means not very much. Never means 0%.
So you could say, I always drink coffee in the morning. I sometimes cook dinner at home. I rarely wake up before 6 a.m. These make your English sound so much more natural and specific.
Try this. Think of 3 things you do every week and make 3 sentences right now. Use words like always, usually, or sometimes. Write them in the comments. We'd love to see your sentences.
Great idea. Okay, so to quickly recap this section, we use the simple present tense for routines. The structure is subject plus verb plus when/how often. And we use time expressions and frequency adverbs to give more detail. Perfect foundation. Now let's build on it.
Now that we've got the basics, let's talk about something super common in conversation, comparing your weekdays and your weekends. Because most people have a very different routine on workdays versus days off, right?
Totally. And in English, there are specific phrases we use to talk about this. On weekdays, that means Monday through Friday. On weekends, that's Saturday and Sunday. During the week, a more casual way to say weekdays. At the weekend, this is more British English, while on the weekend is more American English.
So, for example, I might say, during the week, I wake up at 7 a.m. and start work by 9, but on weekends, I sleep in until 9 or 10. That contrast is very natural in English conversation.
Right. And here's a little dialogue to show you how this sounds. Imagine two coworkers talking on a Monday morning. I'll be the first person and you be the second.
Okay?
Hey, how was your weekend?
It was really nice, thanks. I stayed home on Saturday and cleaned the house. Then on Sunday, I went to the park with my family. What about you?
Oh, I worked on Saturday. I know, but Sunday I relaxed. I watched movies all day and ordered pizza. Perfect.
See how natural that is? We used past tense there because we're talking about last weekend specifically. But when we describe our usual weekend routine, we switch back to simple present. I usually stay home on Saturdays, or I normally go to the park on Sundays.
That's an important distinction. Use simple present for habits and routines. Use past tense for specific things that already happened.
Now, let's talk about formal versus informal ways to describe your week. In a job interview, you might say, I typically manage my schedule by starting early in the mornings and dedicating afternoons to meetings. More formal, right?
But with a friend, you'd say, I'm usually slammed on Monday mornings, but Fridays are pretty chill. Much more casual. Both are correct. It just depends on the situation.
Here's a quick practice for you. Think about this. How is your Monday different from your Saturday? Try to make 2 sentences, one for Monday and one for Saturday. You can write them in the comments below. We want to read them.
Great activity. And here are 3 tips for sounding more natural when comparing your weekdays and weekends. First, use contrast words like but, however, and on the other hand. Second, use words like usually, normally, and typically for your regular routine. Third, use sometimes or occasionally for things that don't happen every week. These 3 little tricks will make a big difference.
And don't be afraid to give details. Instead of just, I work on Monday, you can say, I usually start work around 8:30 on Mondays and have a team meeting first thing. The more specific, the more natural it sounds.
Absolutely. Okay, so to review this section, we talked about comparing weekdays and weekends, using the right tenses, and switching between formal and informal language depending on who you're talking to. Really useful stuff.
All right, let's go even deeper. Once you can talk about your general routine, the next step is being able to describe specific parts of your day throughout the week: morning routines, lunchtime habits, evening wind downs. This is where your English really starts to feel alive.
Yes, and English has great phrases for different times of day: in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, and then more specifically, first thing in the morning, after lunch, before dinner, late at night. These phrases are everywhere in everyday conversation.
So a full description of a typical Wednesday for me might sound like this. On Wednesdays, I usually wake up around 7, have a quick breakfast, and then start work by 8:30. In the afternoon, I try to go for a short walk. And in the evening, I normally cook dinner and then watch something on TV before bed.
Beautiful. That sounds so natural. Notice how she used usually, try to, and normally. Those soften the routine and make it sound real, not robotic. Nobody does exactly the same thing every week, right?
Exactly. And that brings up a great tip. Use phrases like, I try to, I tend to, and I aim to when you want to describe what you usually do, but not always. Like, I try to go to bed before 11. It means that's my goal, but sometimes it doesn't happen.
We've all been there. I aim to be asleep by 10. 3 hours later, still scrolling the phone. We know how it is.
Now let's talk about politeness when discussing routines, because sometimes people ask about your week out of genuine interest, and you want to respond warmly without giving a boring one-word answer.
Right. So instead of just I work, you can say I usually spend my mornings at work, or I tend to keep busy during the week. It sounds more engaging and invites more conversation.
And if someone asks you a question like, "What do you usually do on Sunday evenings?" you can also flip it back and ask them, "Oh, I usually cook and relax. What about you? Do you have a Sunday routine?"
That's great conversational English right there. It keeps the dialogue going and shows interest in the other person. Very natural.
Okay, let's do a mini practice right now. I'll describe my Saturday morning and you try to describe yours out loud, okay? Ready? On Saturday mornings, I usually sleep in a little, then have a slow breakfast with coffee. After that, I might go grocery shopping or meet a friend.
Love it. Now it's your turn. Pause the video and say out loud, on Saturday mornings, I usually, and finish the sentence. Go on, say it. Speaking out loud is one of the best ways to practice.
And if you want extra practice, write your Saturday or Sunday routine in the comments. Use the phrases we've learned. Usually, tend to, in the morning, in the evening. We will actually read them.
So in this section, we covered talking about specific days and times of day, using soft language like try to and tend to, and making your routine description sound warm and conversational. Excellent work getting to this point.
Okay, time for one of my favorite parts of every episode, common mistakes. And I'll be honest, some of these are mistakes I made myself when I was learning. So no judgment here.
Same. We've all done these things. Let's look at them together so you can avoid them.
Mistake number 1 is using the present continuous instead of the simple present for routines. Some learners say, "I am going to the gym every Monday." But that's not quite right. The correct version is, "I go to the gym every Monday." The simple present is for habits and routines, not the continuous form. The continuous form means something is happening right now, not regularly.
So wrong. I am working every day. Right. I work every day. Got it? The simple present is your go-to for routines.
Mistake number 2 is putting the frequency adverb in the wrong place. Some people say, "I go always to work by bus," but the adverb always needs to go before the main verb. So the correct sentence is, "I always go to work by bus." Always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never. All of these go before the main verb.
The only exception is the verb to be. With to be, the adverb comes after. So, I am always tired on Mondays, not I always am tired. A little tricky, but you'll get it.
Mistake number 3 is forgetting the S for third-person singular. If you're talking about someone else, he, she, or it, you need to add an S to the verb. So, she go to work at 8 is wrong. She goes to work at 8 is correct. He don't cook on weekdays is wrong. He doesn't cook on weekdays is right.
This is a very common one. Just remember, he, she, it. Always add the S. And for negatives, use doesn't, not don't.
Mistake number 4, and this one's kind of funny, is being too specific about time when it's not needed. Learners sometimes say, "I wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning every single day of the week without exception." That's a lot of words. In natural English, you'd just say, "I wake up at 7 every morning." Simple and clean.
And if someone gives you extra details, just smile and nod. They're still learning, and that's wonderful. The goal is to communicate, not to be perfect.
Exactly. Mistakes are normal, they're natural, and they're actually how you learn. Even native speakers make grammar mistakes sometimes. Don't let fear of mistakes stop you from speaking.
And here's a challenge. Look at these 4 mistake areas and write 1 correct sentence for each one in the comments. That's 4 sentences total. It's great practice, and we'll give you a thumbs up if we see your comment. You've got this.
Now let's do some interactive practice. This is the Choose the Correct Sentence activity. I'm going to give you 2 options, and you decide which one is correct. Ready? Say your answers out loud.
Great idea. Let's go.
Situation 1. You want to say that you eat breakfast every morning. Option A. I am eating breakfast every morning. Option B. I eat breakfast every morning. Which one is correct?
Option B. I eat breakfast every morning. Simple present for routines. Well done if you got that right.
Situation 2. You want to talk about your friend. Option A. She always go to yoga on Thursdays. Option B. She always goes to yoga on Thursdays. Which is correct?
Option B. She always goes to yoga on Thursdays. Remember, third person singular needs the S.
Situation 3. You want to say you rarely watch TV at night. Option A. I rarely watch TV at night. Option B. I watch rarely TV at night. Which one?
Option A. I rarely watch TV at night. The adverb goes before the main verb, not in the middle.
Situation 4. You're comparing weekdays and weekends. Option A. During the week I'm busy, but on weekends I relax. Option B. During the week I'm busy, but on weekends I'm relaxing. Which sounds more natural for a routine?
Option A. When talking about a regular weekend habit, simple present is more natural. I relax on weekends rather than I'm relaxing on weekends.
Now, here's your challenge. Create your own sentence for each of the 4 situations. Make them about your real life. That's what makes practice stick, when it's personal and true to you.
And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. The goal is to practice using the language in real ways. If you get the grammar slightly wrong, that's okay. Communication is the most important thing. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and you will improve every single time.
Wow, what a fantastic episode. We covered so much today, and I honestly think if you practice what we learned, you're going to feel so much more confident talking about your week in English.
We sure did. Let me quickly list what we covered today. First, we learned the simple present tense structure for talking about habits and routines. Second, we learned how to compare weekdays and weekends using contrast language and the right time expressions. Third, we learned how to describe specific parts of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, using natural, soft language like tend to and try to.
And we looked at 4 super common mistakes and how to fix them: wrong tense, wrong word order, missing the third person S, and being overly wordy. Now you know what to watch out for.
Here's a reflective question for you. After today's lesson, how would you describe a typical Tuesday for you? Think about it carefully and try to use the structures we practiced. There's no wrong answer, just your real life in English.
And we'd absolutely love to hear it. Write your Tuesday routine in the comments. Use everything you learned today: simple present, frequency adverbs, time expressions. Show us what you've got. Also, if this episode helped you, please give it a like. It really helps other English learners find our channel.
And please share this episode with a friend who's learning English. The more we share, the more people we can help. Subscribe to Simple English Talks if you haven't already so you get notified every time we post a new lesson. We work really hard on these for you, and your support means everything to us.
You are doing amazing. Learning a language is not easy, but the fact that you are here, watching and practicing, that is something to be really proud of. We believe in you completely.
Keep going, keep practicing, and remember, every sentence you say in English is progress. We'll see you in the next episode. See you next time.